Welcome back to all fours E-classes, and we'll conclude the previous session topic, that is affinity of the Km value. That means here we'll discuss here significance, nothing but it's called significance of the Km value. So Km value is measured significance, here significance of Km value. Generally Km value is 10 to the power of minus 2 to 10 to the power of minus 6 moles per liter they measure generally. Between this range, Km values generally range is like this. Measured in moles per liter. So in this, the significance of this Km value, if that means here, if the Km value is more, means here less affinity between the enzyme and the substrate. Less affinity between the enzyme and as well as substrate. So it produces low turnover number. It's having the low turnover number. See here, TON, turnover number, means the number of substrate molecules going to convert into the products in 1 second, that is given as turnover number. So similarly, if the Km value is less, means more affinity between the substrate and as well as enzyme. As well to that one, it's having the high value of turnover number. So this is the significance of the Km value. So here the Km value principle is there. V1 is equal to V max substrate by Km, yes, substrate here plus yes. V1 is the initial velocity of the reaction where the substrate which is going to start. So converting into the products due to the action of the enzymes, the initial velocity of the substrate where it is indicating, it's called V1. The maximum is a Vmax, and here Km is a Michaelis-Menten constant. Here nothing but the rate of breakdown of enzyme complex by rate of formation of the enzyme complex. So this is the Michaelis-Menten constant. So in this way it varies from every substance, every enzyme is having its own, depending upon substrate concentration the Km value varies here. So we conclude this session and we'll start the new one is here, inhibitors. Enzyme inhibitor. So enzymes are also here, the action of the enzymes becomes slowed down. The catalytic function of the enzymes are also reduced due to some other chemical substances which are attached. They are called as the enzyme inhibitor. These enzyme inhibitors are nothing but the sum of the chemical substances. These chemical substances attached to the enzymes. As a result of attachment of the chemical substance attached to the enzymes, it lowers its activity. These are called as the enzyme inhibitors. There are three kinds of inhibitors are there. There are three varieties of inhibitors are there which influence the function of the performance of the enzyme as a catalyst. These three inhibitors are there. One is called as the competitive inhibitor. Second one is called as the non-competitive inhibitor. This one. Third one is called as the allosteric inhibitor. These are the three varieties of inhibitors are there in this. What is the competitive inhibitor? In the competitive inhibitor, that means here, when the enzyme and the substrate is going to react here, similar type of the substrate molecule, other chemical substances, inhibitor will be takes place where the substrate is going to attach to the active site of the enzyme. This inhibitor will get attached and prevent the substrate molecule to attach to the enzyme or to form the enzyme substrate complex is prevented. This is called as the competitive inhibitors. So the competitive inhibitor is similar to the substrate. The chemical substance, the inhibitor, similar to the substrate molecule and attached to the sites of enzyme active sites. As a result of that, substrate cannot be gets attached. They cannot form a complex enzyme substrate complex. As a result of that, the chemical reaction cannot be takes place further. Automatically, the products will also may not be get here. So this is called as the competitive inhibitors. So examples are there, particularly in the case of tricarboxylic acid cycles. In the case of tricarboxylic acid cycles, particularly malonic acids, TCA cycle you know very well. In the respiration chapter, we will come across this one TCA. This is called the tricarboxylic. This is called the tricarboxylic acid. In this tricarboxylic acid cycle, this is called tricarboxylic acid cycle. In this case, one of the intermediary reactions in that, one of this chemical substance is called as the malonic acid is there. This malonic acid becomes the inhibitor to the succinic dehydrogenase. So succinic dehydrogenase, particularly this is one of the enzyme catalyzes the succinic acid. So actual substrate, what is that one? Succinic acid. But succinic acid, which is the substrate molecule, in this place the malonic acid reaches and attached to the succinic dehydrogenase enzyme in the active sites. As a result of that, the further reaction cannot be taken place. So this is called as the malonic acid is similar to the succinic acid. Its structure is similar to the succinic acid, where it is structure suitable to fix in the active sites of the succinic dehydrogenase. Other than that, nothing that is. So malonic acid is an inhibitor which is going to fix in the succinic acid dehydrogenase as a form of complex. Instead of this, they prevent this one. So the competitive, they become competition for this one. That is the reason. This is called as the, one of this one is called as the competitive inhibitors are there in this case. Malonic acid, competitive inhibitor for the succinic dehydrogenase enzyme in TCA cycle. How it is present for diagrammatic representation, I will show you how it is takes place in this case. Let us see. In the case of competitive inhibitors, we can see like this one. How it is present. For example, you take in the case of succinic acid. This is the succinic acid is there here. Suppose this is the succinic acid. So this succinic acid is having the site is there like this. This is succinic acid. So the succinic acid is having the site. This is the succinic acid. Succinic acid enzyme. This is the enzyme. This is the what? This one. This is the site. This is called the active site where the substrate molecule is going to join. And whereas in this case, you will find that this is actually this is the substrate. So this is the substrate of succinic acid. Succinic. This is the succinic this is succinic dehydrogenase. Succinic. This is the enzyme succinic dehydrogenase. This is succinic dehydrogenase. Dehydrogenase with active sites are there. Now this is the where you will find the substrate molecule. The substrate molecule is here. You will find that suppose substrate molecule is here like this. They are going to fix in this actually like this. This is the substrate molecule. This is the substrate molecule which is going to fix in this case. This is the substrate molecule. This is enzyme. Exactly, this is going to fix in the site of this one. But instead of this, what happens here? This is the malonic acid here like this. This is the malonic acid like this. This is inhibitor. This is the inhibitor chemical. Instead of this, what happens here? We'll go and fix here in this case. It is prevented in this case. So competitively, they come and join with this one the active sites of the enzyme. As a result of this, You are going to get a complex of here with inhibitor here. Suppose this is the enzyme. We can see clearly like this. So here, this is the enzyme here, like this it is there. And instead of this place, in this place, instead of the substrate here, it is going to join. So like this here, they form here like this. So this is the inhibitor, this is the enzyme. See in this place. So succinate dehydrogenase actually is a specific site for the action of for the functioning of the conversion of the substrate molecules succinic acid into fumaric acid. But it is here prevented here. In this here prevention is taken place due to this inhibitor. Due to this inhibitor fixing the site of this place. So competition is there. They prevent the substrate and inhibitor chemical substance join to form a complex like structure. So do not allow the enzyme to act, and there is no possibility of the substrate molecules converted into products. This is called as the enzyme inhibitor, the 2-competitive. So it is called as the competitive inhibitors here. So such a competitive inhibitors are also useful for us, particularly in the treating the cancer as well as controlling the. They are using this mechanism is used in the case of cancer treatment. In the case of cancer and some of the pathogens, controlling the pathogens of bacteria. Pathogen bacteria can be controlled by preparation of the medicines by in this manner competitive inhibitor technique only. What they are doing here in this case, suppose pathogen bacteria producing some enzyme pathological nature which is going to cause some harm in the biological cell by the bacteria producing one enzyme. So the medicines which we are using in this case prevent this substrate molecule of the body, any part of the plant, any part of the living cell is infected. Substrate is acts like substrate, the body is infected with this enzyme, but due to medicine of inhibitor prevent this enzyme for action. So in this way they can be controlled. So the medicine which we are applying, which we are using to prevent the functioning of the bacterial enzyme, to convert the acting on the substrate molecules, convert to some other pathological results. Due to addition of these medicines, due to giving of the medicines, it acts like a inhibitor, competitive inhibitor, prevent the enzyme to act, prevent the combining with the substrate molecule to the site of this active site of the enzyme by this medicine which we are given to the patient. So in this way, the competitive inhibitors are used in the curing of some cancers and as well as pathogen bacteria control can be takes place. This is one of the enzyme inhibitor is there in this manner called competitive inhibitor. Some other inhibitors are there. Second one is called non-competitive inhibitors. Here, what we see in the competitive inhibitor, the substrate molecule, the inhibitor molecule is almost similar to the substrate molecule. But in the second variety of this one, non-competitive inhibitor, in this here, we see that the inhibitor chemical, the inhibitor chemical not similar structure to the substrate, but they prevent the action of the enzyme. So that is the reason. So automatically they prevent the functioning of the enzyme by this chemical substance inhibitor, preventing the functioning of the enzyme over particular specific substrate molecule. But that is the reason they are not similar. The chemical substance inhibitor is not similar to the substrate molecule. That is the reason the site which is present in the enzyme to fix a particular substrate molecule is not allowed by this inhibitor. That is the reason, but not similar. It is under some other place that maybe gets attached. As a result of that, the active site of the enzyme which is previously for the substrate is changed. So substrate molecule unable to fix in that case. So this is the reason, due to non-competitive inhibitor change the, because already we know very well that enzymes will be changed. They alter actually once the substrate molecule fixed there, the little bit changes in their structure also to tightly fix the substrate molecule. So that is the reason, once this inhibitor, non-competitive inhibitor fixed the enzyme site where the suitable for substrate molecule is going to alter. So do not allow the substrate, there is no scope for the substrate molecule to join to the active site, because such active site is removed or changed by this inhibitor. That is why it is called as the non-competitive inhibitor, it is called. For example, you take this one. This is the enzyme. Suppose for example, simple, it is there. This is the enzyme is there. Okay, na? This is the enzyme. So this enzyme is having the site is there. This is called the active site. This is called the active site. This is called the active site. Now what happens here? In this case, we can see that, particularly here, we will see that this is the where you will find that this is called as the substrate molecule. So this is the substrate molecule. This is the substrate. Actually, it is going to come and fix in this active site. Okay, now this is the enzyme. This is the enzyme. This is the substrate molecule. But this one, non-competitive inhibitor is there. This non-competitive inhibitor is there like this. Suppose this one is the non-competitive inhibitor. See, shape is completely different. This is inhibitor. This is called as the inhibitor. This one. So due to this inhibitor, what happens here? Due to this inhibitor, the site which is suitable to fix the substrate molecule is going to change. How? They are going to change like this. See here. Automatically, this becomes here due to attachment of this one here. Due to attachment of this, due to attachment of the inhibitor here, this inhibitor, this will be changed here. Automatically, this will be changed like this one. So here it becomes here like this. Like this. So this enzyme site which is going to change. So this inhibitor, this substrate molecule cannot fix in this case. Suitably cannot fix in this case. So this is the substrate molecule, cannot fix there in this case. See, it cannot be fixed there in the substrate molecules. This one. This is the called as the nothing but this is the inhibitor. Right? This is the inhibitor chemically. So this is the enzyme. So they lost the active site. Previously, this is actually fixed in the active site of the enzyme. So once this enzyme is fixed here, tightly bounded to here, the enzyme substrate complex is formed. But the active site is changed due to the attachment of the inhibitor. So it is not similar to the structure of the substrate. That is the reason it is called non-competitive inhibitor. Such where you will find, such in the case of metal ions are there. Some of the metal ions are there in the case of sun. Like you will find that in the case of mercury is there. Hg, you know very well, it's called the mercury. Mercury is one of the example for this one. Salts, heavy metal ions like mercury, copper, and copper is there, and as well as silver is there. Silver is there. This copper, mercury, silver, and some cyanide also. You know whether cyanide. Cyanide is also cyanide. Cyanide is also very toxic material. It's a toxic. You know very well toxic. This one. These are all causing the like a non-competitive inhibitors are there. So in this way, they prevent the enzyme function. That's why they are called as the inhibitors. They are not allowing the enzyme to perform its catalytic activity. So enzymes are losing their active sites due to these competitive inhibitors. That is the reason this is called as the one of the varieties called as the non-competitive inhibitors. So in this way, the enzyme action can be prevented. Third one is there. Another one is called as the allosteric. What is that one is there? Another one is called as the allosteric. What is this allosteric? Let us see. Allosteric is there. Next. Allosteric. Allosteric inhibitors are there. Allosteric inhibitor, third variety. What is the definition of the allos here? Particularly the allo means here in this case we can see other. Allo means here means other in Greek language. And steric means here sites. That means the sites which are going to produce in this case. Where the different, this allosteric means other sites they are going to created here causes the inhibition of the functioning of the enzyme. For example, the reaction is going on. Suppose the reaction A gives rise to through the intermediate B, C, then D. Here is the end product. This is the product. Okay, now this is the substrate. The substrate is going to give rise to the product like this. What happens here? This end product, what is going to happen here? They prevent the functioning of this first production A to B. So whatever the product is coming out, end product, prevent the action of enzyme which is going to convert the A substrate to the B substrate of intermediate. Due to this one, the further reaction cannot be takes place. So they stops it. The end products is going to stop the performing the function of the enzyme which is converting A to B. B to actually D is coming, product is coming out through the B, through the C, then D is coming. So step by step is coming. But what happens here? As a result of this one and as a result of this feedback, this is also called feedback inhibition. This is also called the feedback. It is also we are calling as a feedback inhibition. Feedback inhibition is there in this case. So in this manner, the enzymes which are prevented to allow to continue this one process in the case of this one. Let us take for example in the case of glucose molecule is there. For example, in the allosteric law, the diagrammatic representation also, I will show you the diagrammatic representation here. See, so this is the suppose, this is the enzyme is there here like this. This is the here site for the, like this is the enzyme. This is the site for the, which one? This is site for the actually substrate molecule. This is the site for the substrate molecule. This is site for the substrate molecule. This is site for the substrate here. Substrate molecule is going to actually join like this. This is the substrate. Due to, suppose inhibitor is there, feedback inhibitor, this one. Feedback inhibition is also called nothing but allosteric. We are calling it allosteric inhibitors. For example, the inhibitor which is here in this case like this one. Due to this is the site for the allosteric here. This is the site for the inhibitor is there. In this case enzyme. Due to this one, what happens here? They are going to change the site of this one. How it is changed here? This will be changed here like this. Here it's converted into like this. As a result of that, as a result of this one here, actually is there like this. Actually groove should be there, but here they protruded outside. They do not allow the substrate molecule to fix there. The place is getting back, protrude outside. And as a result of that, here this is allowed to combine with the inhibitor of this one here like this. Here this inhibitor is attached. So in this way, this is the inhibitor. This is called as the inhibitor. This is the inhibitor. And this is the enzyme. This is called as the enzyme. And where as a result of that here, you will find that in the case of this one, the substrate molecule is unable to fix there. They are left here like this. This is substrate. So unable to fix there because they cannot be places changed. So this is the mechanism what we can see that this is called as the allosteric inhibitors they are called. One of the varieties are there in this case. So for example is given for example we will take in the case of glucose molecule. Suppose you take in the case of glucose molecule. When the glucose converted in the process of the glucose in the glycolysis, the glucose molecule here in the case of this one here. Suppose you take in the case of ATP is there here, they are using here, and ADP is here in this case, and in this case here see here. Here glucose here, succeeding dehydrogen. What did you find? That glucose 6-phosphate is there here. Glucose 6-phosphate is formed. This one. This glucose 6-phosphate is one of the intermediary product during the glycolysis process. When the glucose converted into pyruvic acid, one of the intermediate product. The glucose 6-phosphate, what it will go? It will go and stop the functioning of the hexokinase. This hexokinase, what is the hexokinase generally? The hexokinase is useful to convert the glucose molecule into glucose 6-phosphate. That means here from ATP transfer the inorganic phosphate to 6th position of the carbon and result of production of ADP plus ion is coming out. The product should come out actually glucose 6-phosphate. But due to glucose 6-phosphate, what happens here in the case of this one? Glucose 6-phosphate which is formed here in this case, which is going to form here actually, but prevent the hexokinase further to convert the glucose into glucose 6-phosphate. And this is the only the material feedback, it's going back and stopping the function of the hexokinase. So similarly like this one, just imagine this is the glucose molecule, this is imagine is a glucose molecule, this is a glucose molecule, this is imagine this is the hexokinase, this substrate molecule, hexokinase enzyme, this is a glucose 6-phosphate. Due to this glucose 6-phosphate, what happens here? Glucose 6-phosphate here, preventing the hexokinase not to this, changing these positions, changing the active site of the hexokinase by this glucose 6-phosphate. As a result of that, it is inhibit the functioning of the enzyme hexokinase not to combine with the glucose molecule to convert into further again glucose 6-phosphate. So this is the mechanism what we can see that one, allosteric mechanism. It is also called as the feedback inhibition is called. So these are the varieties of the inhibitors they takes place during the functioning of the enzymes. So these are the chemical substances prevent the performance of the enzymes. That is the reason they are called inhibitors. There are like 3 varieties just now I said. That is called as the competitive inhibitor, non-competitive inhibitor, allosteric inhibitor. Okay, understood all of you? So this is the reason. We can see when glucose molecule is the glycolysis process, one of the step, you know, glucose 6-phosphate, second step, phosphorylation taken place. During the phosphorylation, ATP is used here in the presence of enzyme hexokinase. But this hexokinase is prevented. This enzyme is not allowed performance of the function by the glucose 6-phosphate itself. Automatically glucose again cannot be converted to glucose 6-phosphate because hexokinase is not allowed to phosphorylation of the glucose. As a result of that, they are preventing the formation of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate by itself same substance. So that is the reason it is called as the allosteric mechanism. So this is the enzyme inhibitor. These are the 3 varieties. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll end the session. Right.